Good evening, folks. 2149, third day, fourth month, 18th year. A little bit of a report here for Australia. We see the obvious right over here, and I'll get to that in a moment. What's interesting me is one we don't know about yet. It looks like it's being born today out here off Western Australia. Look at these plumes simultaneously deploying. Look at the convections being drawn here. They're making a storm. And it's definitely been energized all through here. I just want y'all to see this. I'm going to go a little faster. Just simultaneous pluming going on out here. And circulation beginning. So we'll be keeping an eye on this. Be keeping a big eye on this. So something's going on here. There's look at the squareness to this here as this nucleation occurs. Right here at the end. Very, very square looking. Started out as a nice round plume, didn't it? About here. Nice and round. By the time you get over to here, the roundness is gone. I just like to point these things out. If something's being blown over towards this direction to feed this. So they're going to, you can expect a lot of moisture to come into this area and some kind of monster to be born. And it's just something I was noticing. So I was like, where's the energy going to come from? And Harry Rhodes sent me an image earlier today, so I went and I looked into it just so I can get some captures on it. And it runs all the way from over here above, Indochina and all this, all the way through to here. And this is just not a small one. This is a big zap. I'm going to go ahead and animate it now so you can see it. Timestamp. Just so y'all can see it with all the stamps we got right there. Great big fryings. Great big fryings. Pow! That's a blast. And CERN's on full power as well. Yep. So who knows? There you go. There's a blast going on. And I look up here, to see, do I actually see anything going on? Is there any flashes out here? Because CERN's located right here off Lake Geneva. So I do look for flashes of things here as well. Oh, yeah, there's a sudden flash right here off the coast. Watch, off the coast of Portugal here. See if I can stop it. Bam. A little flash there. Through here. Yeah. Okay. Is this going on down here at the same time? No, it is not. But at the same time, I do see a great big pulse here. Yeah. So it could be well related in that flash. So there's definitely something has occurred at this timestamp here, which I'll show you in a moment. Just zoom. The button here just zooms on zoom. Yeah, there was a pulse. It's still there, just very faint down here off Africa. But we did have some kind of a pulse occur then. So something hit there, right? And then we wait for that other pulse to pop up right there. And some hours later, we had that occur. So definitely there's some pulsing going on. And it goes right through the path here of this storm here that I was just pointing out. I said, I'm seeing something being born. I see moisture being cut off, redirected toward this area. It's all squared out, pulse right above it, the pulse line here has occurred to make this thing roll. So, yeah, what's going on here? There's the squared out bit we saw. It's been pulsed. All right, let's get over to the monster here. The storm that doesn't make sense, I would have to call this one. It don't make sense at all. This is as much as I can zoom in, really. Something's come through and vaporized this. Watch. There's some kind of a pulse has come here and vaporized it. When I looked over at the mimic, and I come over here, you could see a pulse right here on the side. See how that's disrupted right here. There's pulsing going on here. That's going to affect this storm. I'm going to animate this loop. Pow. You can also see, ooh, what's that? We get it to the very end, just in front of the storm, you'll see a pulse. And I said it looked like something has vaporized the moisture. I could see it on the satellite. So let's get that. Let's have it quick. Right through here. You see how it's vaporized out. Before, this was full of moisture. You know, it was big, thick, red. Nothing. And then 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. This pulsing's going on here. It's affecting this. This will be very wide. They're hitting these storms. They're controlling our weather. That's for sure. And I have got to say, the earthquake risk through here is an oh my God. It is. Look at the activity from the electromagnetic frequency through here. There's been some pretty big pulses today. I picked up another one, and it was on the Mimic too. And I don't have that loaded, so I'm not going to show it to you right this moment. That was a pain in the ass to load. But it'll be what this one was, and I've actually circled that out and sent it to somebody. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll load this in the background so I can pop and show it to you. But really, I really just want to show you, most importantly, these plumes. It's so important we document this. So something's come through here and vaporized it. So further imagery of this today, we'll see that kind of cuts this area out. It's going to give this a path to flow into. So this could come back around. I'm expecting some very heavy rains here within a few days between Mackay and Rockhampton, right into here. They're going to have the 1.25 inch per hour rains for most of the day, and at some of the periods they're going to be getting that 2.25 inch an hour rain for a couple hours. So this is going to be a killer. This isn't going to be a flood maker. Notice how straight this line is here. See it? How for hundreds of miles this is going out. Look how you've got feeding going on under while this is going over. Another thing is this, you would think this storm would wrap around into itself. This band here I'm pointing at right here would wrap around. You know, this should come back around into the storm. But what I'm seeing is this is now flowing down and out and coming up just north of Brisbane over here. And they're not out of the woods, because this line will have a tendency to creep down a little bit more toward Tweed's Head down in this way. So Brisbane, you're going to cop it a bit, it looks like. You got some flow here, too. And that'll tend to nucleate as well. Not good. Look at this waves of crap. Look at this shit floating in up here on the top. These chem lines here going the opposite direction. That one's going there. These just coming and going right through here. Look. Watch these chem lines through here. That sudden plume, but look at this. How many directions of the wind here, folks, in this man-made storm? Any directions they want. These are chem bomb deployments. Right over the top of you, fueling this storm, going out over this reef. And this is the current image. This is right now. This is what you got over the top of you. And it's going to take it takes a while for these to upload. And I'm sorry about that, but I want you to have the clearest imagery possible. If I go over and I look at, here, I'll show you the actual cloud top ones. You can see over here where I was showing a moment ago, it is starting to blow into something. And it bears watching. And well, we'll call this my invest area. Or they call them invest areas, don't they? Because they invest a lot of money in these programs. And they blatantly call these invest areas because they've invested in this storm. And they love to rub our nose in the carpet, even when we weren't the one that made the mess. Yeah, they're vaporizing that. That's got to sling back around. There's no other way. That's going to actually sling back around rather forcefully, come down a little bit south, swing around a bit, then cruise north a bit. Not a cool thing at all. One scenario I could see happen can have this actually going in this channel up here and coming back over, this working in and possibly going that way. But with this weight coming out, I think it more likely that it's going to ride the coast a bit. Just stay over here and just make a generalized mess of things. Winds probably to be expected around 19, 20 miles an hour sustained through here for a couple days. You'll have your gale force winds. You'll have gusts of more than that. So watch your pets, keep your furniture in. Oh gosh, this geoengineering sucks. Look at this plumes. You can't deny these chemtrails here going over northern Queensland. It's there. It's visible. You see it. That's going that way. That's going that way. This is taking turns and curves, those straight lines everywhere. I imagine from the ground, all they see is a haze in a glare of sunlight. But on this satellite image, you clearly see the chemtrails. You want to see some chemtrails? Here you go. Let's look at the edge of these stars. Welcome to geoengineering. Here it is, Australia, your man-made disaster. Let's clear up. Look at these chemtrails. Look at the chemtrails. Yeah. These are not naturally occurring cloud formations. They occur in squares like this. This is geoengineering this storm. This is feeding this storm. Look at the mess off the coast, over the reef. I'll clear up here in a moment. It's just unacceptable for me to not show you this. I know I'm tired. It's probably going to take an hour for this to upload, but I'll give monkeys toss. When I see pulse forms like this over the Great Barrier Reef, I don't find it acceptable to sit back in silence. And how can he live here, near here, and not be out there every day screaming and hollering is beyond me. Just this. The whole freaking creature is dying. It's thousands of miles long, and out there is let it go silently. Out there is let the Jack River National Park be treated like this with chem bombs. Out there is not speak out. And the microwaves are creating the free radicals in the animals that are giving them cancers and deformations. EMF is highly mutagenic, and that's a fact. Well, read the warnings on your own phone if you don't believe me. I mean, really, how much more can these people cop? Microwaves going on here. And then the storm coming over there. Mount Surprise. Ain't no surprises here. This is geoengineering. Absolutely horrendous. Look at the pulse pattern through here. And vaporize some of them clouds. Maintaining this high pressure so it feeds that way. If I microwave this up here, it's going to create winds that go in that direction. This can't come in. It has to turn around. They're aiming this son of a bitch down toward Mackay and over here, and it's not cool. So this is high alert Stormville for the next 4 days. You guys are going to cop it. Brisbane, you got a lot of high pressure over you from this image, and it's going to have a hard time breaching that. But we did just see this flow over here on this image, clearly showing the flow coming down over the top of you. So that's volatile at any time. That line can move down. But there's vaporizing going on. Vaporizing going on here. Excuse me, I hit a button by mistake. I'm still getting used to doing this. Look at coughs. They're getting fried. Harbor. My rainforest. How dare they? Big straight lines right there. And that's not a break in the image. That is. So we could say that's a geoengineered heated outflow boundary. We could call that a square form off the coast of Newcastle here. And they got a big device here that will do just that. Big old frying pan over there, don't they? I've flown over it. I don't even want to begin with this. Where do you want me to go with this? I can come up with all sorts of names for it, but I think at the end of the day, I'd call this geoengineered madness. Sydney, you would call it getting socked in natural weather. Most of you would say that was beautiful, but I say this is disgusting, and I'm not having it. I'm just not. Look at the waveform at the top of these clouds. I do love how clear these images are. See them? EMF signature. If this was rolling, you would see that rolling across. Yep, you look, it's meeting this one in this direction. It makes this area very volatile here within about 36 hours. Look how curved this pulse is around Canberra over here. Yeah. See the circular form to this? And I'm using this one as NASA Worldview. The other one was just Sat Viewer that just comes off your BOM. Click the satellite images and it'll come up. Easy enough to find. Y'all just getting fried. Absolutely hammered. Can't forget Tazzy. Big shout out to Reg. Look at this here. Isn't that horrendous? The chemtrail there. God. gas straight, cloud straight. Look at this pulse. Something come out from over here. It sure did. And it's frying people, frying the fish. Look at Tazzy here. My God. Bzzz. Y'all getting it? It ain't a mackerel sky unless it's cooked. I mean, really, look at this. What in the hell are these plumes here? Look at this. Down there where their super darn is. And there is a super darn down there. It's twinned with one in New Zealand. Look at this. I mean, really, that just says it all. That says it all. You got some factories here, Reg. I'd be interested to know. They all simultaneously plumed in a straight line to control the weather. And the plume heads out here to the sea. So your water goes somewhere else so you can't drink it. And somebody else can. Or maybe they'll bottle it and sell it and make money and tell you you can't have yours. Look at New Zealand. We're getting fried, but over here's a crime scene. Look at these magnetic particulates here. The way they're streamering out. Look at this underneath it. See it? It's horrendous. These lines. I don't know what else I can show y'all that's any more clearer than this, Gizbarn. Look at the crime scene around you. Would you look at the gilt? This is the gilt. You poor folks. Look at this geometric shape here. Come on. Keep denying geoengineering, and I'd say you should be denied, period. Just come back as a human again, please. Try to be one. My God, look at this. This is horrendous. The Wakatani here socked in. The whole bay out here clogged up with crap. These are sulfate emissions. Look at the color. But y'all lungs ain't feeling too good today. Look at that straight line there. Right out here near where your radar station is. This is the guilt, folks. We all need to be showing this. Look at these plumes. And technically, I can pull this up and say this is one day, this is another. These things go on for days. This chemtrail went on for days. This is one day, this is another. This is the international date line over here. Look at the gilt. Look at the plumes. Doesn't matter what day it is. It's Judgment Day when this shit's going on. And it's killing us. It's fucking killing us. And it's got to stop. It just does. We all are here together. All of us. This is our planet. All of us. We're all here. All of us. It just breaks my heart when I see stuff like this go on. It just does. Take love. Peace.